welcome back to my channel, and hello if you're new here, welcome. My name is Leah. It's lovely to have you. I have noticed that there is a lot more of you here, so I just wanted to say welcome. I just wanted to insert this clip prior to getting into the video because I just feel like if I just dumped this video it'd be really confusing and make no sense, because as you guys would have known, my goal and focus was to drop the trip planner video. So the week commencing the 29th of February, firstly upload a video that informed you guys of the launch of Save With Systems, what Save With Systems is, etc. Then I wanted to get the trip planner live so you guys could get your hands on it, and I was going to upload a video with that explained what the trip planner is, like share my screen, go through the whole thing, and just kind of give you guys an insight as to why I find it useful and literally show you exactly what it does, and then upload a vlog because I vlogged the week before. So obviously my intention was to launch Save With Systems and the trip planner on the week of the 29th, and the week before that I was working on it and I was vlogging that week, so I was going to get it out and then upload the vlog of me working on it, etc. However, that didn't quite go to plan, as you would see from my channel. So I managed to get the Save With Systems video up, like what the launch is and what Save With Systems is. However, I couldn't get the trip planner live or the trip planner video live because I fell really ill. I had a really bad chest infection. I had to have a course of antibiotics, but I also think I had some form of virus because I had hot and cold flushes. I had no energy levels. Like I was just so wiped out. So I had to just like focus on resting, and I wasn't able to get that out and up like I wanted to. So I'm back to full health, thank God. I'm still like a little bit croaky, but I feel myself again. I feel like I've got my energy back, and I'm so grateful for that. And then since then, I kind of like had a lot of time. Obviously, while I was resting, I wasn't taking any action, but my brain was kind of going tenfold and tenfold. And although the trip planner was ready to launch, there's just a few things that I want to work on. So it is actually back in production. So I thought in the meantime, I'll get the vlog up because I have that footage there. And then hopefully once the vlog is up, I would have got the trip planner finalized and I can get that out. However, I'm not going to give dates or anything because I did that before, and I just feel like it's not right to give a date until the production is finalized, because like what happened in this instance, it kind of didn't go to plan. So what I will say is it's currently in production. I'm going to upload this vlog and then we'll go from there, and I'll keep you guys posted throughout this journey. Basically that's just a little quick catch up to kind of explain where this come from. Also, the vlog ended up being so long, like there was so much footage. Shocker, I know I can talk for England. So I've broken that into two videos. There's kind of like a sit down catch up video, it's like spend the afternoon with me, and then there is a like spend a couple of days with me. So I just thought I'd kind of update you guys, but I will shut up now and we can get into the video. It is Thursday the 22nd of February and it's currently 1:30. So I've just got in and I've just got this out of the fridge. I meal prepped some chicken salad yesterday. So I had this yesterday and I thought I might as well just make a couple while I'm making this one. So good. I've got like 3 different types of mixed leaves for the base. So I've actually just got like a mixed leaf. Got baby spinach, and I've also got Romanian lettuce. So I like to use a couple of greens for my base. For like that is the key to a good salad. Like nothing else has really changed in my salads. I use the same ingredients in terms of everything else. I kind of cut up chicken, I season the chicken. I have pepper, onion, tomato, cucumber, obviously pasta. Like everything else has pretty much stayed the same, but I just feel like my salads are so much more elite since I've mixed greens for the base. Like I just enjoy it so much more. So really recommend that. I feel like some bring that, like they all bring different textures, because like Romanian lettuce, I love the crunch, but it's quite water based, whereas like baby spinach then gives a bit more substance, so it kind of like complements each other. So if you're not liking salads, really try that, because I feel like that's been a game changer for me. I've got my beautiful can of Diet Coke, and I've also actually got bag crisps for my lunch. So I'm going to sit and eat this and then kind of plan out what I need to do today. I'm doing a lot on the trip planner. So I need to move that forward, and I also need to sort my content out for that as well. I've got all these ideas in my head that I want to produce in terms of content, so it clearly illustrates like how to use it. I also want to create content on like why I created it, because there's so many tools in the marketplace, but there's so much that I feel was missing. So I want to like kind of convey that to you and help you guys understand like what you'll get in this that you may not get in other products in the marketplace. So it's also clear in my head, but it's like actually getting it out of my head into like a plan and actioning it and getting the content created. So yeah, I've got a lot to do with that today. I may be seeing a friend for dinner later, but I haven't heard from her yet, so I'm not sure. So yeah, that's a potential for later this evening. But otherwise, I'm just gonna eat my lunch and then crack on with bits that I need to do. I've really fallen back in love with recently is building houses on Sims. Like, I swear to God, I don't know why I go in and out of phases of doing this, but I just generally enjoy it so much. If you know any other softwares that, like, I don't even play Sims. I just think Sims is such a good interior design software. So yeah, if you guys know anything like that, like, please comment down below. I'm really on this journey at the minute where I'm trying to find things that I enjoy and like finding new hobbies. And like, I feel like in the past, how I spent most of my free time was drinking or going out, and like, I'm very much coming out of that era, and I just have established that I don't really have any hobbies. Like, don't get me wrong, like, I really enjoy creating content. Like, that's something that lights me up so much. And that's something that I've recently discovered. Like, that's why I've said like I want to make a pivot and I want to focus on YouTube. And then obviously I did start this channel, but I didn't prioritize it. I was kind of only releasing one vlog a month, if that. Sometimes I'd gone like 2 months without posting, and I just really enjoy it. So it's something that I want to focus on more this year. But I'm also trying to find other things that I enjoy and focus on them as well. I'm terrible, I can't get this across enough, for like switching off, winding down. Like, I just want to, I'm constantly overstimulated. Like, I constantly want to be doing something. So I'm trying to find things that like I can like switch off and just kind of enjoy and be present, and not like wanting to be planning or thinking. And just, yeah, I need to find things that make me do that. And honestly, building houses on Sims makes time go so fast for me. Like, I just enjoy it so much. If you're someone like me that struggles with that, like, please comment down below things that you've tried or found that work. I've got a list of things I want to attack. Like, I want to try knitting. I have been like colouring, doing adult colouring books, and I've got this manifesting one, which I thought was quite cool, because obviously the point of manifesting, from how I understand it, is to concentrate your thoughts on what you want to manifest. In Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, he has the self-confidence formula, and in that it says, I will devote 10 minutes a day to thinking about the person that I intend to become. So I think that that's like such a key factor. So like drawing, I can just think about like what I want to accomplish, or like how I want my future to be while I'm drawing, and that is like a form of manifesting. So I thought that was really cool way of me doing that. So I've been enjoying that as well. Like I say, I want to try knitting. I want to get back into the piano. I've pulled my piano back out because I haven't used that in way too long. So I'm trying to bring all these things back. So yeah, anything that like you guys have fell in love with, like any hobbies that you have, like, comment down below. Because yeah, I'm really in this like phase, this era, and I'm loving it. So that's a little update for you all. You guessed it, I can't do anything about telly on, can I? I am still getting better at this, just to give you guys an update. So for anyone that's new to my channel, I've kind of tried to challenge myself to stop having the telly on so frequently, because it's shocking. Like, again, this coincides with me talking about how overstimulated and how I need to be stimulated all the time. So I'm trying to reduce that, which is why I'm trying to like piano and knitting, and I'm trying to find things that like are away from the screen and like stimulating, and you can try to just be a bit more present, which is challenging in this generation, as you probably all find as well. Like, I'm sure this is stuff that you experience. But I, as a child, like, fell asleep with the telly on. Not so much child, but from like early teens. More so like when my mum and dad separated, I got into this really bad habit of falling asleep with the telly on. and it is terrible. Like, I am aware of the health effects and how like this may interject with how much sleep that I'm getting, because obviously light, it confuses your brain and it stops the melatonin from being produced, which is the hormone that regulates your sleep, from what I understand. I am not like clinically trained on any of this, so this is just what I've learned from podcasts, so let me state that right now. But yeah, that's how I understand it. So I've been on this journey to really try and stop falling asleep with telly on, which I am really getting like more frequent with. I kind of go through phases, like one day I will, one day I won't, couple of days I will, couple of days I won't, and it's like me weaning out of this habit, because honestly it's something that like really triggers my nervous system, because I've done it for so long. Like, I generally feel like something's wrong and I can't fall asleep, and I struggle to fall asleep anyway because of all the thoughts and how stimulated I am. So I've done that for so long. As soon as the telly goes off, my thoughts just go wild, and I'm really like having to learn to cultivate them and be a bit more in control of them and like focus them on what I want to be falling asleep to. But it's a whole progression, like, I can't lie. And I just want to be transparent with you all, because I think sometimes like people talk about setting new habits and they don't talk about how challenging it can be, and it's just like, well, you just got to do it and you just got to be disciplined, and it's not that simple all the time. Like, you've just got to be, I would say, more so resilient, like keep coming back from any like setbacks, because I think when you're trying to change something, you're bound to do it again. Like, you're not going to just change that habit like that and just never go back to it again. Like, it's going to happen, but the point of it is being curious to see what your life looks like with better habits, and resilient, that when you go back and revert into them old habits, you have the resilience and the determination to come back out and try it again. I think they're the best things and the most important things when you're trying to set new habits, from my experience anyway. So yeah, I've been on this journey for a while with the telly now, and I'm getting so much better with it, so I'm really proud of myself. And I'm also like, I won't have the telly on when I'm working or when I'm doing deep focus work. That I slip in and out of more than when I'm sleeping. I am struggling with that a bit more. But as for like when I'm eating or doing anything else, like, I just generally always have the telly on. So these are my little updates on these like challenges that I've set myself. So yeah, with that being said, I'm just gonna pop the telly on now while I eat my lunch, and I'll keep you guys posted.
It's like I have a sailor in my mouth.
I should check on the kids.
Hey, fine. And don't think men get nosebleeds. I told you this when we got married. It was in my vows. In spite of what Claire's lesbian doctor says.
Hey, honey, I was just reading about this Wolf White thing. It's not that serious. You're gonna be fine.
Everybody who I did not create, get out of my house right now!
I don't want to get upset. I've been throwing up tonight.
What happened?
I'm not supposed to tell you.
I am currently working, but I just wanted to jump on here and update you all. I've got like a bit done, but I just keep experiencing at the minute like mass overwhelm. Like, it's been like the last week and a half, I would say, where I just feel like every time I go to do something, everything that I've possibly ever written down that I need to do comes all at once. I think it's because I'm in the process of moving my routines around. So this is exactly why I put routines in place, because if I don't have routines, I do this where I think, well, when am I going to do that? When am I going to do that? When am I going to, because I don't know. Like, my life has no structure. But that's like the place I've been living in at the moment, and I just wanted to share that with everyone, because obviously things don't always go smoothly, do you know what I mean? And it's just the reality sometimes. Like, on Tuesday I sat in a paralysis for hours and couldn't get anything done. I was just literally in this paralysis. And for me, like, journaling is the best thing. That is the one thing that will get me out of that space. Like, I was in this paralysis and I was like, right, I need to do that, but I need to do that, and then I need to do that, and everything was coming at me, and I just felt overwhelmed. And literally, like, by journaling, I got everything out. I got to the root of why I felt like I couldn't get anywhere. It's because there was a certain task I needed to do first, but I couldn't get to it with everything else floating around in my head. So I got everything out, and I managed to then like work my way through. Like, sometimes like you watch people online, like I watch a lot of people online, and they're like, this is my to-do list for the day, and they never talk about the bits they didn't get done, or I don't know, it just feels like that bit fades away. And I do that sometimes. I can be like, right, this is my intention, but I want to share with you guys the reality, because it doesn't always go to the intention. And for me, like, that wasn't my most productive day, but I still got bits done. It just took me longer to get to each thing. And I think, like, for myself in particular, like, I was talking to my little sister about this, because it comes with a lot of self-acceptance. Like, that is very much how my brain works. I'm so chaotic. Like, I constantly have got new ideas. I'm always thinking, I'm always on. Like, I've got such an overactive imagination, and it's incredible to be creative. And like, but obviously that does come with a set of negatives. It does come with a lack of attention. It does come with an inability to concentrate on a task. Like, there are negatives that come with that. And like, for the first, I don't know, however many years, like till I was about, I don't know, like literally until recently, until maybe the last year, I just beat myself up for them things. Like, I was so quick to be like, oh, this is just not good enough. Like, I need to change my whole personality. Like, I can't do this. I can't, I don't know, like, accept a flaw. Like, I couldn't do that. And I felt for so long that I felt like I need to fix this. Do you know what I mean? And I think sometimes being in the personal development world, as soon as you identify an issue, you're very quick to think about fixing it. So there's certain parts of me that I'm learning to really accept, and like the way that my brain works and how chaotic I can be is a big part of that. Like, you've got to find that balance of, no, this is something that I can grow and change and learn and like pursue, but there's other things that I think you do have to accept yourself with. So like, for me, having that kind of day, I used to go into like, it's because of this or it's because of that, and now I just go into, it's just a bad day, it's just part of who I am. Sometimes I can be really overwhelmed, like all the time, and it's just challenging, and that means that I'll have a badder day that day. But then tomorrow I can wake up, be so clear-headed, and all them ideas that I was overwhelmed with yesterday finally kind of have been put into place, and I can action them today. But I just needed that bit more time to be in my head and kind of get my head around what my brain was producing. So yeah, I think like I'm trying to find a balance in like growing and accepting myself, and it's definitely something that I've experienced recently. Like, I just felt okay about that day. I think like before I would have felt like I've wasted so much time, and like I set out this day to achieve this and this, and I'd also sacrificed certain things that day, so what a waste of a day. And like, there was just part of me that really could have spiraled, and I acknowledged that and was like, okay, I could easily spiral. It's not really going to do me any help. One of the clips here become corrupt and I can't use it, but basically what I was then saying was how, for me, like having that bad day is escalated by content that I can see online. So like, I have seen bold statements where people can say like, in 30 days, like you can do this, and in a certain amount of time you can achieve this, and like they're big statements. And I've been in the position where like I've seen someone put out a big statement about how they achieved this thing in a certain amount of time, and then you read their story further and it's like, actually it took them 5 years of failing in this and this to get that success in that area. Like, there's always so much more to unpack. And I just think that that's so important to remember when you're online. I've actually really started to change who I'm following in this area. I did it with nutrition. About a year ago, I completely changed who I was following with my nutrition, because I had the same kind of epiphany of like, I'm following people that their job was to promote unattainable beauty, and then I questioned why I felt like shit about myself. Like, their campaign is just working, do you know what I mean? So I just had this big epiphany, like, no shade to them, like I get that they're doing their job like that, and they were doing a good job to make me feel the way that I was feeling, like I get that, but I couldn't interact with it any longer. So I changed a lot of who I was following. I followed a lot of like gym gurus, and that was like a big impact on me. They were sharing meal prep ideas, and it just gave me like this real nice sense of community. I followed a lot of pages where girls would like pose and then relax, and post side by side versions of themselves posed and relaxed, and it just kind of really got into my head, and like it just made such a positive impact on me. So I'm trying to do the same thing in terms of like the beliefs that I have around business. There's certain accounts that, like Garyvee, like I love Garyvee so much, and when I'm feeling like crap, I generally tend to lean into his content, because I love the values that he pushes, and Like, I just think he recenters myself. When I'm so overwhelmed, like, I listen to him and I'm like, actually, the things that matter are this, and that. He really, like, brings me back to what I would say matters. He's also very, like, realistic in terms of, like, you're so young, you have so much time. Like, he's just a really positive, like, influence for me. So I really listen to a lot of his content. He gives a lot of practical ways to move forward. Like, I just really gel well with his content. So I tend to lean into his. And I've also, like, there was a girl that I follow now, and she posted something yesterday about how she felt like for 3 or 4 years she was just failing, like, in her business, and she's very transparent about them days. And I follow someone else that actually had, like, a POV, you're finally living where you're supposed to be after 4.5 years of building your business. Like, just so much more transparent with, like, how, like, the realities and the challenges of building a business. Pivoted certain things, like, and I've just started to reject certain things when, like, people put stuff out there. I'm like, yeah, but is that the whole story? Probably not. I'm just gonna, do you know what I mean? Instead of taking everything so literally and then running with it and, like, comparing it in my life. And I just think that, like, I don't know, this is something that I love seeing people talk about online. So it's something that I want to talk about as well, and just, like, remind everyone out there, we have bad days, and it is honestly okay, regardless of what social media might make you feel like generally. And if social media makes you feel that way, pivot who you're following, because that has been a big game changer for me as well. I have been exploring this thing recently where I'm really trying to go a little bit more into soft energy. Like, don't get me wrong, I have accepted that that is a part of my personality. Like, for a long time I was trying to journal and figure out, is that something, like, did I pick up on something in my childhood that made me feel like I need to be working all the time? Was it something I mirrored? Was it because I was worried about something and it's a coping mechanism? Is it, like, I really honestly overanalyzed this for so long because it is one of the biggest driving forces of my personality, and I just didn't understand where it come from. Or I've done this with a lot of things. Like, I've gone on this journey of trying to journal and understand where my beliefs come from, where my core values come from. Is it something I really believe? Is it a belief that was put on me? Like, these are things I'm really trying to work out now. I've been doing that a lot, and I kept going back to this point because, like, in my childhood, like, I honestly just wanted to work all the time. Like, I don't understand. I went to work with my cousin from about 10. And I remember doing a wedding with her. Like, I did childminding, I did a wedding with her, and then I went to work with her, and she worked for a woman that owned a company, like a nursery, and I went and worked there. I used to come with her, and I then built a good relationship with her. Then I managed to, like, get her to pay me to clean the nursery, and, like, I kind of went from there. Then I managed to chat to one of my teaching assistants in school who run a football club, and she ended up hiring me to do, like, all the stocking of the bar, cleaning the place. I used to wash the football kits, and then I used to, like, cook in the kitchen sometimes. Like, I just kind of was a bit of everywhere. Then obviously I was in my business apprenticeship, like, at 15, so I've just always wanted to work, and I never understood where this come from. Then I was, like, analysing my brother and his, like, childhood, and did he get a job really quickly, and was it something that come from our parents? And then I kind of went into, maybe it was because although we're in the same family, like, we did kind of grow up to a degree in separate households. Not completely, because I mean, my dad, like, my mum had us Monday, Tuesday, my dad had us Wednesday, Thursday, then we swapped every other weekend. But me and my brother did kind of get to a point where I ended up living with my mum and he lived with my dad, just because you can't, like, I'm so grateful, let me start there, with the fact that my parents wanted to both be in our lives. But there is a point where it comes to, like, I physically can't do this anymore. Like, I don't know where anything is. Your life just becomes way more chaotic. It just is difficult to live. Like, I'm talking 2 days each in a house. Like, imagine changing houses every 2 days. Like, it's just really difficult. So we just got to that point. So we naturally kind of, yeah, like, stayed, like, slept in one house more, but we still regularly see both of our parents. So then I was like, maybe it's because of that, because, like, we was influenced by one parent more than the other, in the sense of, like, habits, and do you know what I mean? So then I was like, maybe it's that. And then I thought, no, it can't be that, because and basically I've just gone on this whole journey of trying to figure out where this, like, drive comes from. And now I've accepted it. I do think it's actually just part of my personality. Like, I think it's just a personality trait. I'm really driven. I want to be doing stuff all the time. So it's nice to know where that come from, and kind of like get to the root of that. I definitely think it's part of my personality. And then I've also learned that comes with pros and cons, and I've learned to like love each side of it, but I am really trying to learn to cultivate this soft girl energy which I really struggle with. So I'm, like I say, trying to learn some hobbies, trying to learn some things that make me switch off, but now like trying to find a balance is really hard as well. I'm going through that, like where I feel like I did really come into this phase of learning to like just have softer days. Like my day doesn't need to be 8 till 10 busy back to back doing a million things, where I feel like, yeah, it doesn't have to be that to be productive. I'm learning to balance it. Like I feel like I either want to do nothing all day or I want to do a million things in the day, and I don't think that really works for me either. I don't think that's a sustainable place for me to be. So I'm trying to, like, I'm gonna come into this big new era of my life this year. Like I really feel like it's coming, because I feel like I've been in this soft girl energy for like, completely frankly, maybe like 6 months, longer than that. Like I've not been to the gym in ages. Like I've really come out of all of these routines. I've just been in this like slow mornings, soft era to a degree. I mean, I've still been journaling. I've still been doing a lot of things. Obviously I've found like my passion a lot more. I've decided like content is definitely the thing that I want to push and like pursue, but just I don't feel like myself, if that makes sense, because I haven't been like as stressed. I haven't been like as back to back. I've just learned that like my association was really interesting for what I thought productive looked like, and I've learned that that's not one way, and it doesn't have to look like that to be productive. And this is definitely what I wanted. Like I really wanted to be able to learn to switch off and come into this soft girl energy, and like, but I'm in this weird place where I'm doing it because I know it's what I really want to do, but I'm feeling guilty about it because the association hasn't fully changed in my head. So I still feel lazy. I still feel like I haven't done enough because I haven't, it takes time. It really takes time, I think, to change associations in my head. And obviously that's been my narrative for my whole life. That's something I'm really learning to come away from, and I am doing it. I'm not doing a million things in a day, and I'm still moving forward with things, and I'm learning to accept like smaller wins and small things every day, like accumulate to this big goal. Like I am really getting there. I can't tackle everything in a day, but I don't fully accept it, if that makes sense. And I remember talking to my friend about this, and she was like, you can't cultivate that energy unless you know what it looks like. And yeah, I think it's so true what she was saying. Like she was like, you will be able to find balance with your energies now that you know what both of them look like for you, but before you didn't know what they looked like for you, so you don't know how to form any other energy. You only knew how to live in this one state and this one energy. And it's so true. Like, also, just a little side note, I just want to shout out to all my pals. I love you so much. Like I wouldn't have found like this out about myself, or I wouldn't be growing in this way if I didn't have like them support systems around me, and them people around me that like ask me them questions, that prompt the right things out of me, that help me get to that root cause, etc. Like rather than just sort of helping me mask it, or do you know what I mean? I'm really grateful for them people in my life, and so thank you so much. But yeah, it was so true what she had said. Like I can't cultivate that if I don't live there ever. I think from having like that productive mentality for so long, I have in turn like just hit this massive burnout, as well as needing to live fully in this energy to learn what it looks like and be able to cultivate it at the right times and etc. So I just think that that's going to happen for me like really soon. I'm ready to find a new version of myself. Like I'm excited to go into this new space of like coming back to my old self where I'm more productive. Like I want to get back in the gym and be doing things, and in that sense, like, but I'm also excited to bring in this soft energy of like, but we're going to learn to switch off in the evening. We're not going to be sitting there until I physically cannot do anything else. Like that's what I used to do. I used to work until my brain didn't work. Yes, right, don't stress.
Oh, and ask him for a card.
Interrupted phone call. So that's where I'm at the moment. I just thought I'd share that with you as well, so you guys know like where I'm at. The things that I'm trying to like grow and change on. Like comment down below where you're at in terms of like business, work, life balance. Like are you in your working girl, corporate era, 100 hours a day, like I've been there, I get that. Are you in your soft girl, just slow mornings kind of era, where you like trying to balance the two, have a nice slow morning but then a productive day and get a load of things done? Like, where are you at? I'd love to know. I think there's so many phases in different areas of our life, and like one thing doesn't always mean the right thing. Like, what works for me now isn't going to work for me when I have kids and a family, or do you know what I mean? Obviously you go through different phases, so I'd love to know like where you're at in your journey right now. But that's where I'm at, like that's what I'm trying to really focus on. But it's just funny how I don't fully feel it yet, do you know what I mean? So, but I think a big part of that will be changing the content, because I might be sitting, like I might think, right, I've done loads today, I'm happy to switch off, go on Instagram to have a bit of a scroll and just have a bit of nose what's going on, and then I see something that's like, if you're not working till 10 o'clock at night, like that just validates that the guilt I'm already feeling. So it's hard to not feel that guilt when something comes up and then validates it. So I think changing the people that I'm following is going to really, really help and impact that narrative. Changing my following was the biggest game changer. Like, if you're trying to change habits and things, you really need to change your following. And this depends on how much you consume social media. I will wholeheartedly say I borderline have an addictive problem with social media. I'm someone that's on social media all the time. Like, I more so Instagram, I don't know actually, because I'm on YouTube a lot. Like I can just like find myself on the online world quite a bit. I have like limits on my apps, so my Instagram has a limit. Once I've been on it for a certain amount of time, it will tell me and I have to come off. It will disable the app for the day. So there's things that you can do, just so you know. So when you're online, it doesn't have to be a waste of time. Like, that's something I've learned. I think like we say, oh, you're scrolling, what a waste of time, but it's not if what you're scrolling through is helping you, inspire you in your business, give you ideas, give you more nutrition tips, or whatever it is that you're trying to achieve or work towards. Like, sometimes I can feel really uninspired and I go on to Instagram and I feel so inspired. You have to just kind of like cultivate it and use it to your advantage. So like I say, for me now, like I'm going right into following a lot more soft content, and like things take time, and just kind of like exposing that a bit more and like reaffirming that to myself. So I just think, yeah, I wanted to share that with you whilst we're chit-chatting. I am going to make myself a little coffee. Oh no, I say that, but I don't know if there's ice. Mum, if you're watching this, I love you. She filled up the ice. Yay. We have an ice machine. This is how much I religiously drink iced coffee. I got an ice machine for my birthday, and it was maybe one of the best presents I've ever received. Because yeah, I just absolutely love iced coffee, as you guys would have seen on this channel. So I got an ice machine for my birthday, but we ran out of ice last night, and I used the rest of it for my coffee this morning. And my mum has put the ice machine on and built it up. So to be fair, it doesn't take long. Like, that whole bucket that you just saw, I'd say maybe it takes like an hour. But put the ice into this. And then I got this little scooper that come with my ice machine. Also, if you're an iced coffee person, swear to God, it's the best thing we ever picked up. Like, oh my God, we had this problem where the ice, as you can see, all sticks together, and no matter what, it sticks together. Like, whether you buy bagged ice, whether you make your own ice, well, ice will all form together and stick together. Amazing how that works, right? I know this is so boring. There's a point. This here is an ice picker, which I know we probably could have found this so much sooner than we did. Stick here, you unscrew it, like here, it screws. You just unscrew it and you pull out like this sharply pointed object. Can you see how sharp it is? And you just stab it into the ice, and that felt really aggressive because you can't see the ice. So that just, out of context, this looks so aggressive. Let's put it in context. Yeah, you literally just stab the ice and it breaks up so fast. Scoop up my ice easily. Oh God, milk. Oh, that's so annoying. I was so excited for that coffee. ice is going back. I'm sitting here answering some of the comments on my channel, so I just wanted to take a second to just say like thank you so much for all your comments, and I have just been enjoying engaging with you all so much, and I want to say how grateful I am for every single person that's commented and all of the views that we've been getting. I'm just really grateful, and yeah, I've just been really enjoying like engaging with you all, seeing like what you found useful in certain videos, what you've enjoyed in certain videos, your experiences. Like on the New York vlog, we've had a lot of people talk about their experiences in New York, and like it's just been so much fun to like chat to the people that are watching this video. Like I just love it so much. I think that's another thing of why I want to focus on YouTube more, because I just feel like there is such a sense of community on YouTube. Like I think as well, like I love YouTube. Like I watched Tammy Hembro. I'm assuming you know who she is. She's an Australian YouTuber, and I've watched her for about 10 years now, I reckon. Like that's crazy to think. I honestly remember having no kids and no companies. Like it's so cool to just see how her life has worked out. It's like watching a TV show essentially. But yeah, it's just really interesting. But it's like a TV show but with the behind the scenes. Love the way that you can, like I say, go on these journeys with these people, and there's such a sense of community, and you're finding other like-minded people or people that think similar to you, or you're finding people that share the same hobbies as you, or you're finding people that are teaching you hobbies, or I just love everything that YouTube can bring. Like I'm loving it so much. So thank you for all the comments. I also want to make a point of saying hey to my new subscribers. Thank you so much for subscribing to this channel. Like it means so much to me. I'm so grateful that you're here and a part of the family. Comment down below if you're new, where you're from, how old you are, a little bit about yourself. I'd love to chit chat to you all as well. Comment down below anything that you want to see from this channel or from me, what you've liked watching so far, etc. Would love to hear that as well. I've just got a text from my friend. She is still up for dinner. Hello, just putting my shoes on. I am going to meet my friend for a Nando's. Can't go wrong with a Nando's. Sorry, I just got so excited. My friend texted me about a project that she's working on, and I'm just so excited for her. I am just praying that my camera lasts, because obviously it died in the kitchen, but I've had it on charge since, but it's still got no bars on it, so it could literally die at any second. We're just gonna move. I need to buy a backup camera and have one of them like charging stations. So I just wanted to insert a little outro here to say thank you so much for watching this video. Please do comment down below on the things that you're learning about yourself or where you're currently at. I'd love to chat to you guys about these things as well. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate it. I appreciate every single one of you, every single view. Thank you for subscribing to this channel, and if you haven't yet, click that subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next vlog.